Oh, Sahana vavatu, Sahana bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome everyone for the satsang of the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. So we'll be starting the study circle now. We're continuing the Gita Vahini, and you received it on your email. We'll be starting on page 37, chapter 8. This is the soft copy. In the hard copy, you have the book, it is page 70. So last week, just highlights, mainly we talked about refreshing what the four kinds of devotees, how the people approach God for number one, relief of their distress. They are arthas, then arthati, the people who want some wealth, promotion, and help, and then jijnasuda, the people who are inquirer in the spiritual path, and finally jnanis, who realize they are the embodiments of Atma. Those are the things. Second thing Swami talked about, God is like a kalpavruksha, like a wish-fulfilling tree. These are the things commonly described in the scriptures, Puranas. Kalpavruksha, Kamadhenu. So, Kamadhenu is a cow, wish-fulfilling cow. Whatever you want, it gives. This Vashishta had that. And this Kalpavruksha is wish-fulfilling tree. Whatever you ask, it will give. But Swami says God is like that. But you go on there, you are put under the tree and ask, I want Starbucks coffee. Yeah, I fulfill that. Gone. That is it. So you don't want the highest. You want to make use for the highest. I want the liberation, the highest. So Swami give the example, coffee, one, because that's what people ask going to God. Swami, I want this ring, I want this job, I want this promotion, I want this health, wealth, and all that. These are like that, using God, the highest, for using for trinkets and tinsel. Because he said, I came to give you what you want so that you should want what I came to give, which is liberation itself. So that is the main message. So don't use God for this. I'll give my hair and then give me, Lord, some good job. It is good. So you give sacrifice to your hair. That is good, but there's nothing wrong in that. But sometimes people have this business deal with God. I do this, you do that. So you do this, that one way it is good, they say, because people are proud of their hair. So whatever you are proud, you give it to God. He likes that. So people, nobody wants to give hair. I didn't give it. That's why Swami took my hair away. So if you don't give, that will happen. People who give more hair, their hair grows. So anyway, so whatever it is, you don't have a business deal with God. So you do it for love's sake. Lord, I want only your love. If you have it, you have everything else. That is what we talked. So we'll have a short study circle. Before I want to share about 10-15 minutes about Lord Rama, because Sri Ramanami is not today. I know you're all singing a lot of Rama bhajans. Sri Ramanami is on 17th, next Wednesday. But a lot of places are celebrating for convenience. In America, we celebrate different times. This coming Saturday, they're celebrating in Sai Premanilayam, where we do the even Sita Rama Kalyana, wedding between Lord Rama and Mother Sita. So, and also the special functions will be there. In a lot of places, they do that. And so I will talk about it after we do the Gita. So, and also this is very interesting. I came to know that this whole 10 days is very special period, starting on April 9th. April 9th was what? Ugadi. That Ugadi, that means that is a new year, particularly for three states. Maharashtra, that's they call Gudi Padava, and then for Karnataka and Andhra. And interesting, what is common thing? This is the triple incarnations came in these three states. In Maharashtra was Shirdi Baba, and Andhra is Sathya Sai, and Karnataka will be Prema Sai. So the way since and three are connected, and all the three Ugadi comes, the New Year comes in these three states the same day. And also this whole week, there are some other important festivals like Tamil New Year is coming, I think 14th, and then also Bishak or Vaishak, the Bengali is called. That is, I think, 15th or something like that. So, and yesterday something ended, Ramadan, holy month of Ramadan ended, Eid. It is celebrated, Eid Fitr, very important festival for them to express their love for God, for Muslims. So, lot of important festival, and the whole period is called Vasanta Navaratri. It's 9 nights. So everything regularly we celebrate in October, Durga Puja, right? But originally it was not that time. Did anybody know that? I came to study that, and it was not Durga Navaratri, which traditionally we do in October. It's not the original Navaratri. This is the Navaratri, starting 9th till 17th. It's called Vasanta Navaratri. Then the October, do you know how it came? I think Bengali should know that better. It's called Akala Bodhan. That means Lord Rama, before we went to the war, they told worship Mother Durga. So he did and woke her up untimely time. So that is the time he did. Because he's the Lord, anybody, good people, Yajyadata, Richeshrestha, whatever the example they said, everybody follows. Because he did that time, that's Mother worship for those 9 days. So everybody traditionally shifted it to October. Originally, this is the real Durga Puja, where they do the Mother worship, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati for this 9 days, divine as Mother aspect. But then subsequently, we do both times, but that is more traditionally done in October. Just the briefing. So now we'll come back to Rama a little later, but coming back to this Gita Vahini, so we talked about it. So you want to add anything for the last week summary?
Hi, Ram. No, I think that was perfect. And I think one of the important things that Bhagwan wrote in here is how, like you said, Uncle, the things that we ask for are kind of those immediate gratification things. So something simple. But when we wait, when we ask for the right thing, what God really came to give us, that we achieve something much greater than just that temporary sort of pleasure or happiness that we get from, Starbucks coffee or things like that. Does anyone else want to add anything before I continue? So I'm going to start
Page
70.
Yeah.
So I think it's 70.
People, the old book, the pages may be different.
Yeah, a little
Page
bit.
37 and the electronic copy you have.
So the paragraph where I'm starting, it's
Arjuna.
Arjuna, man gives up revering and seeking me, who is his very self. How foolish of him. He is not anxious to reach me. On the other hand, he pursues lesser attainments that are temporary, untrue, transitory. I shall tell you the reason for this strange and stupid behavior. Karmopasana gives quick results. Man seeks only what is available here and now, in a concrete form, capable of being grasped by his senses. Man generally finds reality too difficult to attain, so he is carried away by the attraction of flimsy pleasures, away from the full joy derivable from transcending the senses.
I think we did all this,
We
but
did
anyway,
that.
continue.
Sometimes
Next
I like to
paragraph on this.
start,
Okay,
just to
it's
kind of
nice to
recap.
As I said, in scriptures, there's nothing wrong. Repetition. Repetition is supposed to be good because that's how it sinks in our head.
The achievement of jnana is the inner victory. It is won after long and arduous struggle. Men do not generally have the needed patience. Moreover, they attach greater importance to the gross body, the sthula sarira itself. The body can be happy only with objects that cater to the senses, and so men do not seek jnana, which will send them to paths where senses are unwanted. They yearn for karma siddhi, not jnana siddhi. Those who are caught by urges of the intellect are fewer than those who are caught by the senses and their urges. The sensual minded are drawn by the obvious, the patent, the perceptible, and the physical. The few who are spiritually minded yearn for the imperceptible, invisible bliss of merging with the universal absolute. Theirs is the correct path. Karmopasana is the incorrect path. My task is to make clear to all the value of dharma karmas, which have to be adopted after due discrimination. But Arjuna, there is one method of reviving dharma, the task for which I have come. That is Chaturvarnyam, the organization of the four varnas based on the karma and the guna of the people. The varna system is essential for the functioning of the world. Its significance is not easy to grasp. Some mislead themselves into the belief that it causes unrest and divides men from one another. If the problem is reasoned out, then the real truth will become clear. To conclude that the varna system is not beneficial shows only ignorance. Such a judgment creates confusion. I have established this organization in order to promote the welfare of the world. Example, Lokakshema. The varnas help man to engage himself in acts that he finds congenial and to fulfill himself. Without it, man cannot earn happiness for a moment. For successful activity, varna is the very breath. Those endowed with the sattva guna, who have understood the Brahma Tattvam, who foster spiritual, moral, and progressive living, who help others to earn the bliss of visualizing the reality of their nature, are the Brahmins. Those who stand by and guard the sound political system, law, and justice, as well as the welfare and prosperity of the country and the moral order laid down for the people, who keep under control the wicked and the immoral and come to the rescue of the weak and the distressed. These are the Kshatriyas. Those who store and supply within proper limits to the people at large the wherewithal for happy physical living are the Vaishyas. Those who lay the foundation for human welfare by service activities and provide the strength and sinews are the Sudras. I have laid down these four varnas in this manner. If these varnas carry out their assigned duties, humanity will attain all-around progress. As a result of this system, a division of service is brought about. The individual leads a happy, harmonious life without any grief or fear. This varna system is an example of the grace that the Lord has bestowed on Bharat. I stop there?
Yeah.
So I was reading this, and of course, I consulted with Google again.
Guru.
But the word varna literally translates to color or shape, according to Google. But I thought that this statement here that it is designed to help man to engage in acts congenial and fulfilling, to be happy. So when I read this, it sort of translates into what has been further sort of diluted into this idea of the caste system. However, the way Lord Krishna describes it, there's not really any hierarchy necessarily. It's the destiny of your soul based on your previous lives and the duty that you have in that lifetime, which causes the cosmos and the universe to function in the way it's meant to function. There's really no particular hierarchy that I can get here. So I think it's important when we just interacting with people, we've been learning as we've been reading this, that pervasiveness of divinity and the Lord throughout. And I think the system, the way he describes it, really is a sort of nice physical description in terms of how that divine the divine power lives within every being, and then how humans have that divine, it's almost like your dharma to be able to fulfill all these different duties and these assignments based on how you've fulfilled previous assignments in previous lives.
Yeah, I think Google Guru is partly correct, not completely correct. Because Varna means many things in Sanskrit. Varna means one is color. Yeah, this is green or red. That is Varna. Varna also refers to the alphabet, letters, the Matruka Varna. This is mother's thing called Matruka Varna Rupini. That means all the alphabet R to Cha. That's 50 letters are there in Sanskrit. They are mothers because the whole literature, whether Vedas, whatever, is composed of only letters. Whole language is the Varnas. And third is caste system. Actually, caste system is Varna. So all the three meanings in Sanskrit, there is a problem. One letter will have many meanings, like go, we say go mata, go. So like say Gopala, Sing Krishna, go. Go means it is earth. Go means it is Vedas. Go means it is speech. Go means it is cows. Go means heavens. Go has so many meanings. Depending on the context, in Sanskrit the word changes. Here, Lord Krishna, Varna here is referring to the caste system. I know Varna means also colored. Varna means the alphabet. Here is very important, all of us need to know, because Hindus or Indians are say this is the bane of the society, the caste system. That is the worst thing India has, is the caste system, untouchables. That is why Mahatma Gandhi came to abolish that. The problem is not with the caste system. What did Lord Krishna say? Chaturvarnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagayo. I place these four castes depending on your acts and upon your aptitudes. So how advanced, thousands of years ago, now they do in the college, you go anywhere, aptitude test. What is your interest? That particular person should go. So depending on your what you do and what your aptitude is, I divided these four caste systems, not depending on your birth. Then subsequently, people born in that caste, like people, particularly people who are born in Brahmins, oh, only Brahmins can chant Gayatri and people cannot do only those yajnas. That's not true. Because they happen to be born in that particular family, early, they don't become Brahmin. Swami don't become Brahmin by birth. I remember one time Swami called us for an interview, and there was this student was there. He's a Brahmin boy. I knew that Brahmin. Swami asked him, in Telugu, "Nu Bapanoda, nu Brahmina." He says, Bapanoda means he's a So that boy is smart. He kept quiet. So after Swami again asked, then Bapanoda Swami, he said, Bapanoda means he's not. Brahmin is the one who realized Brahman. That's why all these words, like Vipra is the one who studied Vedas. Dvija is the one who is twice born, who has done the Gayatri. So now you are the Dvija, right? You got the Upanayana. So then you become Gayatri, you become Dvija. It's still not a Brahmin. Then when you study Vedas, you become Vipra. When you realize Brahman, then you become a Brahmin. So that is a different stages. So then only you become Brahmin. As he said, depending upon those people are the great people who are devoted to God. They know Vedas, they know the scriptures. The Kshatriyas is the one, as Swami said, with valor they fight for the country, or they are kings, and they have valor. Third is business people, Vaishyas. So in the same family, I know some Reddys, we have families, we are in general landlord, do agriculture, but there are some who are more business type of people, they are not really landlord. So even though you are in the same family, depending on your aptitude, they are more business enterprise, they like to create new ventures and all that. Then Shudras are the one who do the unskilled labor. So these four, depending up in the same family, one man, one boy, one son, or four children are there. One could be a Brahmin because he is always thinking. One could be a businessman, Vaishya, because he likes to do business and grow business. And under is just he didn't go to college, do the unskilled labor. He goes to become a gardener or something. Because depending upon the same thing, nothing to do with birth. Actually, if you go to Purusha Suktam, that is one of the oldest Sukta in Rigveda, Lord says, I divided myself into that. Says, Brahmanosya Mukhamasit. The Lord's face, the Brahmins came. Bahu Rajanya Krita. Imagine God is like a big form, cosmic form. Is from the face came Brahmin. From the shoulders came the Kshatriyas, the warriors. From the thighs, Vuru, came Vaishyas from the thighs. And feet came the Shudras, the people unskilled labor and all that. So people take, oh my God, Shudras means they are the low. That means, right, you are the feet. But what do you worship in God? Do you worship face or do you worship feet? Always we worship feet, right? So the feet is the foundation for people to walk. Without feet, you cannot walk. So this is the importance. Everybody has a role to play. That is why even in Lalita Sahasranamam, Mother said, Varnashrama Vidhayini. She has decided caste system so that for the benefit of society. Otherwise, we don't know. And ashramas are also the stage of life, whether brahmachari and vanaprastha, gruhastha, sannyasa, because we all go through different stages. So this caste system is misunderstood. It is really, so what did Swami say? It is the grace of God. So everybody says it's a bane of society. No, the Varna system is a grace that the Lord has bestowed on Bharat. So we should always be openly, authoritatively tell people, hey, you don't understand what caste system is. And our people had thought thousands of years ago how people's actions, aptitudes are different depending upon that this caste system has developed. And each one that is becomes the dharma. Depending on your caste, you do that. If you are a business aptitude, do that. Don't try to be fighter. So some people cannot do each one depending upon the dharma. That is the swadharma and ashrama dharma also. But the highest dharma is Maya, Swadharma, because that transcends the gender, caste, stage of life, ashrama, everything. So it is universal for every being, is the Atma Dharma. That is what we should. Yeah, right. Once you realize Brahmin, so not only Krishna is a Brahmin, then Hari also becomes Brahmin, but he wants to be a Reddy. So, yeah, so you can bring him back because depending upon, yeah, right. Another thing is not by aptitude, you can become from one to another depending upon how you may be having things. Subsequently, you are so interested in scriptures, contemplative life, and having the God-centered life. Then you become a Brahmin, even though you may be born in. There are people who have born in so-called Nandanar is the greatest example. He is a greatest Nayanar saint. He was untouchable. He was not even allowed in the temple. And he becomes Nayanar, one of the greatest Shaivite saints, even though he was untouchable. Same thing with Kannappa Nayanar. He was a tribal man. He never studied. So he became a greatest devotee. It's not what you are stage of life, but how much intensity of love you have for God. So before I go to Ramnami, anybody else has any points you want to add to this discussion for Gita? Okay, go ahead. Yes, Shabari is another example. She was a tribal lady, but how she being in association with things she became. And also even, I didn't know the sage Narada. Sage Narada also was he was his son of a maid servant, but because of his association with the rishis, so he became the celestial sage, Sage Narada. So the company you keep and the things you imbibe, they're all very important to do that. Sairam. Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry. I think I just wanted to point out the number one, where Swami said, Brahmana is the one who realized Brahman. So beautifully, once you realize Brahman in a transactional world, he describes who fosters the spiritual practices, moral values, and has a progressive living. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah. That's why we should have the definition of each one. He said, who is a Brahmin, who is a Kshatriya, who is a Vaishya, and who is a Shudra. So, and we can be all this, or we can combination of those two, depending upon what stage you do what. So you can we could have been a Shudra, then became a Vaishya, became a businessman, and then you can turn out to be a Brahmin once you turn towards the Godward life. Yeah.
Online question. The Varna system that originated from the Lord, Purusha Suktam says that from the head came from Brahman, arms came Kshatriyas, stomach came Vaishyas, and feet came Sudras.
Uru means thighs, not stomach. That is what Purusha.
Okay.
Uru tadasya Vaishya.
Yeah.
Padyagum Shudro Jayata.
Does that not indicate that it is not by karmas only that resulted in different categories? Because the creation itself came about like this. I view it as the different limbs of the body. We consider some limbs or organs higher or lower, but all are necessary for the functioning. Just like the human body cells differentiate to different organs and limbs for a successful life, so to the body of society divided into these cells. This is just a comment.
Yeah. So that is what it is. There are main thing you need to remember. Because it is unimportant, you think your toe is unimportant. Somebody cuts your toe, you say, "Oh, there is a toe," you'll have pain. So your whole focus will be that. Every part of the body, including a nail, sometimes it can give so much pain when there is an infection around it. So every part of the body is important. As long as it is going well, we don't think about it. So similarly, every person in the society has a role to play. You can't say head is more important than shoulder more. Everything has its place. So for example, through the eyes, you can see. You think, but can you eat through the eyes? Can you taste through the eyes? You cannot do. Through the tongue, you can taste. Can you see through the tongue? No. So each one serves its purpose. So you can't say one is greater. So each one serves purposes. That is why the whole thing came from God. That is why you need to remember everything in the society is part of God, whether it is Kshatriyas or Shudras or Vaishyas or Brahmins. So you need to remember that and respect them for what they are. Because in society they look down. Somebody is doing the labor work versus somebody ruler. You give more importance. That is not correct. The Lord is saying everybody is part of me. That is why when he does the Vishwarupa in Mahabharata, the time in the war, everybody was in him. So how can you say that is not important?
Have a like if historically Indian society was, and people at the time there was no occupations like we have, and at the time they were only occupational groups, and there was just the society was based on division of labor. So as I said, we are a fraction of 100 trillion cells organized into different tissue and organs and so on. Apply that to the society. At the time, there were some people, the potters and washers and farmers, and so they were. It was the ancient society was based totally on division of labor, and they married within the occupational groups because they knew the trade. It was convenient, and over time that evolved into different caste groups, and which was politicized, changed in many ways, and even Brahmins kept tight control on Sanskrit. Swami Vivekananda, he made that available, and so we changed. But I don't think it was God's idea in the way many understand God. One at a time, occupation adapted to different.
We are one at that time, even now we are one. There's nothing like that. There's nothing, never we were separate. But the people misunderstood that. That's what he was trying to explain. We are all one. Don't try to separate the thing. Each one played their role as caste. That's why if you read the Rudram, it says Kolalebhyo, Karmarebhyo. So everything, that means a potter, a goldsmith, a blacksmith, so a carpenter. They're all forms of Rudra. That means you can't say one Rudra. So the Rudra in the form of a carpenter, in the form of a goldsmith, in a blacksmith, a potter, or one who takes care of the horses, who takes care of the chariots, they're like a auto driver. They're all part of Rudras. Once you know that they play a different role, but it's the same Lord Shiva who is acting those roles. So you need to keep that in mind. That is why, sure, once you are born in a particular group, you tend to develop those tendencies because of your karma. Also, you are born in that thing. So, like a lot of times, physicians' children, not anymore, they become physicians, or some lawyers' children, they tend to go towards law. Business people, they take care of their business and they inherit business. In general, that is true, but things can change. We'll continue next week.